Good morning. I don't know what time it is. Good afternoon. How is everyone? Another day of quarantine. Well, today I'm making Dutch babies. My friend Verna, who is like a real foodie, happened to make these this morning on Facebook Live, and I decided I would make them as well. So it's a very simple recipe, okay? 3 eggs, half cup flour, half cup milk, 1 tablespoon sugar, pinch of nutmeg, and 4 tablespoons unsalted butter. That's it. You preheat your oven up to 425. You take a 10-inch heavy skillet or baking dish and it's basically a half stick of butter you put in there. And this is actually going to go into the 425 degree oven here. And we're just going to keep an eye on that butter. Don't look at my stove. My maid hasn't been here in weeks. When the butter melts, we're going to put the batter in. And the batter is all the ingredients except the butter and the nutmeg, because I don't have nutmeg. I don't have milk, so I use cream of potato soup instead. And instead of nutmeg, I use cayenne pepper. So it should be fine though. So I actually have everything in my food processor, which I don't use very often. So hopefully it all works, because I'm about to start processing. It's not that exciting, really. You just press this button and it makes some noise. But yeah, that's everything in there. 3 eggs, flour, cream potato, cayenne, sugar. I should have got some more instruction from Verna. I don't know if I should be pulsing this or just letting it go to town. But it's definitely mixing up quick. It's pretty good. Just let it go another 30 seconds or so. I recently learned that flour is raw. When you eat raw cookie dough, one of the issues is the eggs that everybody knows of. But I didn't know that the flour is raw, and that can be a problem as well. So make sure you cook your flour before you eat it. So I'm going to call that done now. And I'm keeping an eye on my butter to make sure my butter doesn't burn. As soon as it melts, I'm going to pull that hot pan out of there, spread the butter around, and then pour the batter in and shut the door. And then it's just a matter of watching your Dutch baby grow and expand in the oven. Pretty excited. I did try to get some whipped cream from the bakery house, but they were out. I can make my own, but I'm not going to. So I need to grab my fancy oven mitt here. Oh, to see how my butter's doing in here. Oh, the butter is doing nice. Boy. So we'll leave that in there. The food processor is just fun to use. I highly recommend it. So yeah, Verna did a great video. She's actually far more qualified than I am to do a cooking video. But she had all of her ingredients out, like in their little containers, just like you would on like a TV show, a cooking show or something. And not only that, but she also had her batter pre-made already and ready to go, so she could mix one up for you, and she had the other batter just ready to pour in the pan and go. I don't want my butter to melt or to burn, so I'm going to keep checking up on it. So Dutch Baby is a German pancake. It will rise like a souffle in the center, but then it should settle down, and what you get is like it's like a pancake that's in its own little dish, because the edges from the pan stay high and then the center settles. You know, I can't wait to try this thing. I'm going to keep blending this while the butter melts. Can't hurt, right? That butter is melted. This goes right into the hot pan. With the blade as well, I like to get the blade in there for some extra texture. I told you I'm new with this thing. So that's it, and into the oven it goes. And 20 minutes it wants to sit in there. Until the pancake is puffed and golden. Then we're going to lower the temperature to 300 degrees and bake 5 minutes longer. Alexa, set timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
So now the Dutch Baby is in the cast iron skillet in the oven. Now we have time to clean up all our dirty dishes. You can't see over here, but my sink is actually full. So I've just been throwing most of my dishes out and buying new ones. The food processor is a little expensive, so I'm going to try and clean this. I think you could probably just put soap and water in it and run it for a few minutes, right? Is that a good idea or not? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Someone's going to tell me this is a bad idea. Look at that, self-cleaning. Wow. So, I dropped my phone. Looks like everything's good. My phone is in an OtterBox, so it can be thrown around. I'm actually gonna, this seems to be working. I'm gonna put some more hot water in here. Self-cleaning, baby. Okay, we're gonna call that clean it up. So, do you think it's done yet? Let's ask Alexa. How much time on the timer?
You have 17 minutes left.
17 minutes, and then remember we gotta lower the temperature and bake it for 5 more minutes at 300. So Verna didn't do that on her recipe. I'm gonna have to get her recipe. But still, there's like 4 or 5 ingredients. Quick spin in the food processor. You could do it by hand too. But I love this food processor. She's so nosy. Miss Alexa. Yeah, I got this at work. Somebody was selling it used. Got paid like $25. Told you I'm new at this. I'm using my my soffit and kitchen cabinet. Where's Mark Gamble when you need him? You have some kind of a gimbal I can use? But anyway, yeah, this is a nice little tool for the kitchen. It didn't clean everything so well, but I think this stuff's dishwasher safe. If not, you know, I probably won't use it again for like 6 months. So the souffle is baking. Let's take a little peek at it. I told Verna, you don't want to put your phone in your oven. You can see the edges are lifting up a little bit. Chocolate Dutch baby recipe. So once it comes out, you can make it sweet or savory. I got some strawberries and a banana to put on it. Vernon was saying you could put ham or cheese on it. I don't know how I feel about that. I have to talk to Verna about it. But I don't see any reason why you couldn't come out and you just sprinkle little chocolate chips on it. Like I said, I tried to get some whipped cream, but they were out of it. They don't actually make it to sell. When they make something and they have extra, they sell that. But, well, we still got like 15 minutes to wait. Want me to shrink wrap something or put something in the vacuum sealer? Should I come back in 15 minutes and have an unveiling? I think I want to put my, I got some extra Mighty Minis. Well, I'm telling you, I'm going to have to talk to my staff about this. We could try them in the chamber vacuum sealer. Let's do it. The chamber vacuum sealer. We're gonna do some Mighty Minis. I just got some stuff that I'm keeping in the freezer, sorry. And dude, she makes a Dutch baby. Kelly P. Clark. No one told me this. I didn't even quite understand what a Dutch baby was. You guys just wait right here. I'm gonna bag up these Mighty Minis, and then we're gonna chamber vacuum seal them. And then we're going to freeze them. So we're just moving our minis, our Mighty Minis, into the vacuum sealer bag. And this is the food saver bag. You can tell because of the texture. but the chamber sealer works for both varieties. I hope I don't crush the daylights out of these. They should each be sealed unless there's a hole in them. Okay, I got 2 more to stuff in here. Alright. Kelly P. Clark, can you send me your wife's recipe for the Dutch baby? Okay. So I'm going to reduce the suction on this thing so I don't crush the daylights out of my minis. Okay, and we're ready. So it's going to suck in the air out for 15 seconds. 5 more, 4. Once it's into the green over here, we're good. Now it's sealing the bag, and now it's gonna exhaust. Success. My Mighty Minis are ready for the freezer. I just hope I have room for them. Things have gotten a little crazy in the freezer. Perfect. Yeah, Kelly, that's what I was thinking about the crepes. You could have a savory crepe or a sweet crepe. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening in there. I don't know what's going on. Alexa, how much time on the timer?
You have 9 minutes and 40 seconds left.
9 minutes and 40 seconds. So I've been trying to get the giant Stay Puft marshmallows to put in the chamber sealer, but Acme hasn't had them in weeks. I was actually thinking maybe I'll buy the mini ones. These are the regular marshmallows in the chamber sealer. I just think they're so amusing. I also think it'd be interesting to drop this right into the sous vide and just melt these things at like 150 degrees and then dip whatever you want in them. Yeah, so Kelly P. Clark is telling me they usually do sweet for their Dutch babies. I don't see any reason not to. Sweet, right? I wouldn't mind trying chocolate either, but you know, pretty sure that goes without saying. So we got like 8 more minutes, and we're gonna drop the temperature. I want to look at this souffle again. Souffle, the Dutch baby. Look at that thing. Look at that. It's like golden brown on the outside. Oh, you know what I can do? I can slice some veggies. Haha. That's a joke. Sliced veggies. Well, I do slice peppers. But I got to get my strawberries ready so we can prep some strawberries. I'll try not to knock the phone off for a third time. There we go. I don't know where these, well, they came from Acme. They smell delicious. Don't know where they shipped them from. But we're gonna rinse some off and slice them up. They look delicious. They don't even need sugar added. Ha! You say the same thing about frosted flakes. Flakes? Flakes. I think one more. One more. Alexa, how much time on the timer?
You have 6 minutes and 30
6
seconds
minutes.
left on your 20-minute timer.
It's just doing cool things in there. Well, you know, does actually sound good to melt some chocolate, drill it on the strawberries, chocolate strawberries on the baby. I'm just not comfortable calling it a baby. I don't eat a lot of babies. Jelly babies, perhaps. I recently redid my silverware drawer. I used to have these compartments where I would keep knives and forks and stuff, and now I just dump everything in here. It's just such a waste of time. Since my dishes are clean. Isn't that wonderful? We're going to take a peek at that the Dutch baby in just a second. Wow. I don't know any special technique to slicing strawberries. So later today, I think I'm going to make pudding. I've been putting it off because I don't really have a lot of visitors coming over during the quarantine, and essentially I'll just eat it all myself. I've decided that's okay. Okay, let's take a look in the oven. Alexa, how much time on the timer?
You have 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on your 20-minute
4 minutes. It is not as pretty as Verna's, but it's not done yet. So we'll see what happens. It does smell delicious, I'll tell you that. My banana, I'm not going to slice my banana yet. It's probably already turning brown, just thinking about being peeled. So we'll just let that sit another minute, or 3 minutes. While I try and find my maple syrup. And Verna, I'll let you know, I was out of the milk, so I used cream of potato soup instead. I think it's going to really add another level of flavor to the Dutch baby, as well as the cayenne instead of nutmeg. So I've been coming out here on Facebook Live every day or so, and I'm trying to encourage other people to do the same. We're all locked up. At least we should be. Please don't be out gallivanting around with your neighbors and friends. Stay home and be safe. But this is a great way to keep in touch and say hello to your friends and entertain them. But I've maintained, even if I only entertain one person, and it's me, it's worth it. So that's how I'm rolling here. This is very entertaining. For me. Gosh, this thing smells so good. Alexa, how much time on the timer? Alexa, how much time on the timer?
You have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left.
2 minutes.
1 minute timer.
All right, it is actually starting to get some color. It says it's for 2 to 4 people, so obviously I cannot wait to scarf this whole thing down. Yeah, I think the pudding is going to be a hit. The pudding's another simple recipe where you just put all the ingredients in a blender and put it in a bag, drop it into the beef jacuzzi, the sous vide machine, and it's just amazing. The first time I made it, it came out so good. Second time should be even better. And I actually got some superfine sugar. I'd never heard of ultrafine or superfine sugar. It's basically like sugar dust. Not like confectioner's sugar. And you can actually make it yourself by taking regular sugar, granulated sugar, and putting it in the food processor. But I actually found it at Acme and grabbed some. I never heard of it before. Apparently it'll get into the liquid and just disappear. But I don't know what the difference is with confectioner's sugar, because that seems to do the same thing. Okay, we're burgoyning above the pan now. Come check this thing out. Hi, Verna. Look at that thing, Verna. Not too bad, huh? I do want to get your recipe. This is a slightly different one. And I think I had mentioned I was using Alexa, stop. I had been using cream of potato soup instead of milk. I don't even know how quickly my oven will lower 125 degrees, all right? Alexa, set timer, 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
Thanks, Verna. So, yeah, now it's got 5 more minutes. These are all my dog's tasting dishes. He does a lot of my sampling. His palate is not diverse, I guess. He just seems to like everything. So, he should be down when this comes out of the oven. I don't know, Verna. I think yours just lacked a little color, but yours puffed up beautifully. Mine seems a little like, not sure what it's trying to do in there, but... So Verna used to run a food truck called Vernalicious, and they made pulled pork grilled cheese, which I never really thought of before. But oh my gosh, that stuff would just knock your socks off. And I saw Verna at a few, I'm with you, Verna. I'm taking it out. Oh, that's me we're looking at. Boy, that thing's pretty. Gosh, I'm not eating all that. Now remember, this pan is hot. Okay, people, back up on the ceiling with you. Now, I don't know what I'm doing here. gosh. Yeah, so it just flattened out. Furnace did the same thing. I don't know if I should be going for this now or waiting, but I'm not too worried about it. Oh my. Oh my. Verna did a much prettier job laying out her fruit. But yeah, Verna I met at just going to food truck shows, and she was friends with my buddy Mike from Mama's Balls. Get a little banana on there. Who doesn't like banana? I honestly don't even know how to eat this thing. But I am excited about it. I really got... It's like a cookie. I caught you that time. All right, I fixed the camera. Sorry, folks. So yeah, it rose up and then it settled down. And I think now it's ready for, I don't know. I assume we just put a little syrup on it. I just don't know how to eat it. All right, Dutch baby. Alexa, stop. Well, it's delicious. It doesn't taste like a pancake. It's a little drier, I guess. This is what Verna was missing from her video. Just so you know, Verna, you're a tease if you're just showing them how to make it and don't get into it once it's done. I know you're no tease. So my first Dutch baby is a success. Put a fork in it. Thanks, Verna. It does seem to be working. Yeah, so again, Verna posted this recipe on Facebook this morning, and I saw it, and I was like, I want to make this too, and here I am. So this is a great way for people to keep in touch and whatnot. And yeah, thanks for joining me. I might be around later for some chocolate pudding, and I know that's going to be good. Thanks again. I'll talk to you all later. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.